Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I really want to talk to you guys about how incredible UFC 299 is. When you think about UFC 300 pay-per-views, this is the pay-per-view you should think of. This is the pay-per-view that should be on UFC 300. Now, I did a video a couple days ago or whatever at this point talking about how the 300 card isn't as bad. It's UFC 300 title on top of that card, which is what is making it people be like, this card doesn't make sense for UFC 300. If it was UFC 301, that's a good card. If it's UFC 287, 293, whatever, it's good. It's that 300 title. But let me tell you guys this. UFC 299 is going to be the greatest UFC card of all time from top to bottom. It's the most impressive lineup of fights I've probably ever seen before. I mean, honestly, you have, even starting from the bottom. Okay, maybe not starting from the bottom because Joanne Wood is fighting first. She's trash. Either way. You have Robles Despelin, Jesus, 4-0 versus Josh Parisian. Robles, whatever his freaking name is, however you can pronounce that name, not really for sure, is 35, which I do not like. I got to be honest about that. 6'7", fought on Titan FC, 3 Fury fights, had a 4-second knockout, had a 3-second knockout. The matter of the fact is, the first 3 wins of his career mean nothing because they're against nobodies. He fought Miles Banks, who was 1-0, and defeated him in the first round, 4 seconds. We know nothing about this guy. So it's impressive at 35 years old, at 6'7", with an 87-inch reach. Sure. I think he's an Olympian, too, as well, right? But he's fighting Josh Parisian, who is pretty durable. Is good cardio. Anyway, that's not why we're here. Then you have Michael Pereira versus Michael Olenchechek. I think that's how you say that last name. Matthias Gamrot, RDA, Curtis Blades, Almeida, Caitlin Chukagian versus Macy Barber, CJ Vergara versus Asu Alambayov, Pedro Munoz, Kyla Phillips, Kevin Holland, Michael Venom Page, baby, Petr Yan, Song Yadong, Gilbert Burns, Jack Della Maddalena, Dustin Poirier, Benoit St. Denis, even though Dustin Poirier thought the fight was off yesterday. It's not. Sean O'Malley versus Marlon Chito Vera. This card is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fights out of its 13 fights that are like, oh my god. It's so crazy because if you line this up correct, you could have the greatest list of fights or like lineup of fights in the history of the UFC. I gotta be honest. Unless you're putting like Conor, Nate, John Jones, Aspinall, GSP, Silva, stuff like that. Unless you're doing crazy things like that, this is the greatest lineup of fights. Or if you'd put like Volk, Tapora, Sean O'Malley, Chito Vera, Henry Cejudo, Demar Abdel-Valashvili, there's some other crazy ones you could add in. But as of a lineup for full of cards, unbelievable. And to see Pedro Munoz at number 16 in the bantamweight division is criminal. I'm going to be honest. I'm a big fan of Pedro. And I mark my words, Petr Yan will be going for a title shot in 2025. Sue me. Yeah, this card is absolutely unbelievable. And there's a lot of things riding on these fights on this card. You have Poirier coming off the loss against Justin Gaethje, getting head kicked, fighting the hungry Benoit St. Denis. His only loss is against Zaleski Dos Santos, where he got absolutely beat up. Now, some tricky things in that fight. Poirier, great boxer, decent takedown defense. We'll get more into that when I break that fight down. Gilbert Burns, Jack Della Maddalena. Can Gilbert Burns keep the number 3 ranking in the welterweight division? And if you beat Jack Della, there's an argument he should fight for the title next. if Jack Della Maddalena goes in there and dominates Gilbert Burns, there's an argument that he's one fight away from fighting for a title. If Song Yadong finishes Petr Yan, who something that nobody has done, there's an argument he should fight for the title. If Petr Yan goes in there and dismantles Song Yadong, there's an argument Petr Yan should fight for a title, at least one fight away. Kevin Holland, if he can go in there and have a great fight against Michael Page, he's number 13 in the world right now. He'll be moving up close into the top 5, getting a top 5 matchup. I'm a big fan of Kevin Holland, but he has a hard fight if he chooses to stand up with Michael Venom Page. Then you have Pedro Munoz versus Kyler Phillips. Can Kyler Phillips beat the old dog? Can he finish Pedro Munoz? And if he can, you got to think he's in the top 15. You know, Esu Alanbayoff, it's the same thing. Number 20 in the world. CJ Vergara's 26. Hasn't been great in the UFC, got to be honest. Esu, if he can go in there and he can finish CJ, where he probably could submit him. I think CJ's been finished twice in the UFC by submission. Nope, just once. And that was by Tattoo Taylor by armbar. So, again, either way. Curtis Blades, Dalton Almeida. This fight is not going to stay here on the prelim. It'll be moved up a little bit. Holland's on the main card, as he should be. Curtis Blades should be the main event for the prelims, and then Munoz, and then Phillips, and then Vergara, Oh, Matthias Gamrot also should not be, and RDA shouldn't be this low in the prelims. See, this list is so damn good. You could get rid of Joe and Calderwood out of here. I really don't care. You could get out of Caitlin Chikagi, Macy Barber. You can get them out of here. Don't really care. It does nothing. But again, there's so many, so many things in the balance of this card that if one fighter loses, you know, it could be he's out of the top 15 and someone else is in. There's so much crazy things that could happen on this card. It's awesome. It's one of the reasons why I love MMA. You know, it was supposed to be also Jeff Neal versus Ian Machado Gary, which sucks it's not on this card. But this card is still unbelievable. The main card is Holland, Page, Song Yadong, Yan, Burns, Maddalena, Poirier, Denise, Vera, O'Malley, too. And there's another one. There's other ones you could put in that main card. Pereira, you could do Gamma, RDA. I mean, you could do even Curtis Blades Almeida. I'll take in the opening of that main card. I'm cool with that. But either way, just wanted to talk to you guys about it. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It's been absolutely incredible. On the road to 2,000 subs. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow, Saturday, for what is the fight card? Delete and I'm Evolve, where I'm Evolve. But as always, guys, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, peace.